What? Wait, I don't think they're ready for this.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, look nice.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, nice.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking real nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
There was a time where Canberra United and Brisbane Roar were powerhouses of the old W League, but in Liberty A-League Women's, they find themselves incredibly without a point between them and occupying the bottom two places on the ladder. How desperate both will be to find 3 points in the Christmas stocking rather than a lump of coal. It is a warm and sunny day at Viking Park in Canberra today. And these two teams that contested the inaugural W League Grand Final and the 2012 edition must feel as though those heady days are a far cry away. Let's take a look at how the teams line up. Canberra United have a very welcome addition with Alira Toby to make her first appearance, a former Brisbane Roar player via an overseas stint and Sydney FC. She'll partner Michelle Heyman up top, and Ash Sykes and Margot Rabin drop out of the squad. If we see Michaela Vidmar today, it will be a debut for the daughter of former Socceroo, Tony Vidmar, one of Australia's greatest servants. For the Brisbane Roar today, they bring Izzy Folletta, another former Canberra player originally from Perth, into the starting 11, and it means Annie Haffenden drops to the bench. Otherwise, it's a fairly stable Roar team as they try to find the winning combination after some horrendous luck and freak goals have denied them any points so far this season. And so the teams aren't quite out of the tunnel just yet, but now as they take their first strides onto the pitch, they've had the chance to warm up and they will know it could potentially be oppressive conditions. It was originally slated we'd get a cool change, but it's apparently not going to make it before the end of the 90 minutes. So this could be a real battle of attrition today. Vicky Linton, the Canberra United coach, saying to the press she wanted more intensity out of her team in this, their third game. Of course, they didn't have a match last weekend due to their scheduled game against Perth being postponed. Brisbane Roar there about to form their huddle, flying down yesterday, not facing the troubles that the men's team did, of course, with their FFA Cup match postponed, and it means that Gareth McPherson can go about trying to unlock a winning combination of his own. 3-2 defeat to Melbourne Victory, the defending champions last week, and not a misleading scoreline either. One last adjustment of the boot for Katrina Gorry, and will those boots lead Roar to victory this afternoon? All in readiness then, Canberra attacking the left of your screens, and we're underway at Viking Park to start Liberty A-League Round 4. And as the ball runs out of play, I welcome to the broadcast former Matilda and championship winner with Canberra United, Grace Gill. Grace, great to have you here.
Well, thanks so much, Teo, and as always, it's a pleasure to be here, and you're right, it's a very warm afternoon out here at Viking Park in Canberra, and picking up the 3 points has never been more important for either side.
So we see the inclusion to the starting 11, Hayley Taylor-Young, try to go on a run for Canberra, but her pass is intercepted by Folletta, who did spend a season here in Canberra herself. Alira Toby, a great goal-scoring record, playing alongside Michelle Heyman, pictured there today. First game in Canberra, obviously a long-time player for the Brisbane Roar. She's not going to be involved in this passage of play because Gorry's taking a long shot. And it did get a touch on the way around the post from Keely Richards. No risks being taken there. Not 100% sure that was on target, but it's out for an early corner. The breeze is favouring the end. Brisbane are attacking. Here comes Margraf. It's a low corner that is comfortably cleared away at the near post. So a bit of an anti-climax there. Straight away, Katrina Gorry looking switched on, though, and you'd expect no less from a former AFC Women's Player of the Year. Both teams are settling into the game at this stage. The midfield battle particularly important in that. Middleton here. Grace Marr trying to release Rost back and through, but Cannon Clough is there, unmissable in the yellow boots, and puts it out for a throw. Clough, who played for the University of North Carolina, the winningest college team, but she did lament in a recent interview that they didn't win the championship when she was there, so she didn't get the full UNC experience, unfortunately.
She shouldn't have offered that one up. UNC is a fantastic college system and certainly explains the quality that she's got.
Here's Toby, edge of the box, looking for Heyman! And the front pair works its magic instantly. Michelle Heyman has put Canberra into a 1-0 lead, and it's Alira Toby, the new arrival, that put it on a silver platter.
Well, that couldn't be an easier finish there for Michelle Heyman. Alira Toby just using her strength really well. A lovely little glance up and outside of the right foot pass to Michelle Heyman. She's not going to get an easier one than that today. And how pleasing for Canberra United to see that combination come to fruition so early in this match.
Delight for Heyman and Alira Toby, who went down Media Street. There's an article in Keep Up about her ambitions to be part of the World Cup squad. She'd have to make a great and late run from a long way back in the pecking order, but 10 minutes into your first appearance of the season, it can't go much better than that other than to put it in the net yourself.
Well, that's a fantastic start for Alira Toby. She'll be so pleased with that. And to be able to tee up Michelle Heyman on a platter, as I said, there's not going to be many easier than that for this afternoon.
In a double team as soon as she got possession. And now the pass to Heyman, trying to lob the keeper. Worth was backtracking, and Heyman just didn't get the elevation. That was in the blink of an eye. Edge of the box, Mariel Ecker tried the outside of the boot, and it's squeezing through and out for a corner, not quite dealt with by the keeper. Margraff's last corner was cleared by the near defender. Let's see if she can get the elevation on this one to ask a serious question of the Canberra defence. Hangs it up, Rashard at the back post. Never got a play on the ball. Heron shields it back to the keeper.
That's another element of Jessie Rashard's game, that she's such an asset. She's quite tall, and she's such a threat. She's really dominant on those set pieces.
Rosback and Ilioski, they are not enjoying playing on the same flank here. Again, they are vulnerable to the raw press, but Rosback thought it through, and now Kerr in space on the right side of the pitch. Plays it central for Grace Maher. Right into the clutches of the midfield. Loose touch from Middleton, but call it a completed pass as Taylor Young gets on the ball and then loses it straight away. Connors. Crummer gets a touch. Now Ecker. And cool as you like there from... Oh no! It's an own goal! Rosbacken's back pass has been missed. It's 1-1, and it's groans of horror from the home fans. Keely Richards hides her face from the cameras. It's 1-1, and the Raw get a little gift, and maybe that's a sign their luck is starting to turn. And immediately from kickoff, Chelsea Washington is trying to fire, but can't quite get purchase on that one, and it rolls wide left.
That's a really sprightly start there for Canberra United, though. Some good, fast and sharp touches around the top of the box. Wasn't quite the shot that they wanted to get away on target, but it's a good way to start after conceding in that manner.
Heron here, Crummer still providing a presence. Ilioski's been a little bit tormented by some of the passes from her teammates today. Heron on that occasion gave her a hospital ball to deal with. And now Margraff for the Raw to Gorry. Washington pressing aggressively, wins it back. Heyman able to build up a bit of speed. Here's Alira Toby. Does Toby have the finish? It hits the woodwork and goes wide. And Alira Toby, a coat of varnish away from restoring Canberra's lead, and she stayed down hurt, which is a worrying sign.
Oh, that's a really, really concerning sign there for Alira Toby. It was a great run that she made laterally across Brisbane Raw's defence, and just the shot with the outside of the right foot, it looks like she's just been collected.
To Crummer, most advanced Raw player, so had to hold the ball up. Gorry again, clattered, but ended up coming out better of it late against Middleton. Clough to Margraff. This is promising build-up here for the Raw. Cannon Clough getting forward. Great overlapping ball, and now Connors on the tight angle, puts it wide, and the Raw perhaps deserved better at the end of the best move of the game so far.
That's a really lovely bit of build-up play there from the Brisbane Raw. All started with Katrina Gorry. She's really orchestrating in that midfield, and she's free on the ball time and time again. But a lovely build-up. They've swung the ball out wide, and the referee's had a word to Chloe Middleton after that play, just to say that that kind of challenge a few moments back is not on and will not be accepted.
Outside of the boot, this time rolls it to Margraff with a plom. Margraff hoping for Crummer. Crummer hooks it back, it's Margraff! And it's across the face. Oh, it's been parried into the path of Connors, and 2-1. It looked like it was going wide. And Shay Connors has scored in consecutive games. The Raw have turned around their early deficit. They take the lead.
And again, that's some lovely combination play there from the Brisbane Raw. They almost made it look a little bit too easy, and Canberra United were just defensively lax there. And it's a great run out wide there from the Brisbane Raw. And this play we've seen on a number of occasions, the inside run unmarked and a free shot at goal. And the defensive running from Canberra United is just not there, and that's a free and an easy tap in.
Have I got my geometry wrong, or is that rolling harmlessly out and has just been presented to Shay Connors, where otherwise it might have gone out for a goal kick? Things are starting to turn, and Ecker with a great pass. Connors is in again, and this time it is good keeping to deny it. Pile up of bodies too. Kerr, Connors and Richards all down and hurt after that.
Well, it looks like Hayley Taylor-Young has just come through and absolutely cleaned up Connors on that challenge there. But again, Connors in the far post unmarked, and another good opportunity for the Brisbane Raw, and just defensively the three at the back posing some problems for Canberra United. Hayley Taylor-Young has just tried to put a defensive effort on that, and she's been clipped there by her own goalkeeper, Keely Richards.
Well, it was all done in the service of keeping the ball out of the back of the net. Ecker rolls away from Middleton. Heron had gone up for the set piece in the follow-up, and at the feet of Anna Margraf, that's half-time, so Canberra may have taken the lead, but Brisbane Raw turned it around. The first goal, the equaliser, was a spectacular gaff, and then the go-ahead goal from Shay Connors, cancelling out that opener from Michelle Heyman, had a degree of simplicity to it. Half-time, it's Canberra United 1, Brisbane Raw 2. And we are back underway at Viking Park. So Shay Connors, scorer of the go-ahead goal, immediately involved again from kick-off and winning a foul. And that right-to-left diagonal ball was the #1 weapon for Brisbane Raw as the half went on.
Yeah, it proved really effective for Brisbane Raw, and time again we saw the back three of Canberra United a little bit exposed on that far side. So if that continues to wear on into the second 45, I'm sure they'll look to that again.
So Katrina Gorry over a free kick. If anything, Richards might be looking into the sun here as the goalkeeper. Gorry swings it to no one in particular, and it bounces harmlessly through the area. Looking at the benches for both teams, Canberra United have Laura Hughes, a midfielder, Holly Caspers, a forward, Alexia Karras-Stahl, and also Michaela Vidmar, who would be making her debut if she comes on today. And then Brisbane Raw, Nia Stamatopoulos, a midfielder, Rie Katano, their Japanese international, Annie Haffenden, who started the first 2 games and played in defence, including at centre-back. And then another former Canberra player, Megan McElligott, who is a striker. And I'm sure in this heat, we will see both benches emptied as this second half goes on. Such a clever player, Katrina Gorry, and involved again here, but Taylor-Young uses a bit of momentum to barge through. Now Hughes to Marr. Heyman coming deep. Can Washington make this work? She can't. Clough is there. Ball is allowed to bounce, and now Rankin protects the drop. In close quarters, Gorry and Ecker on the same wavelength. Crumenow knocks it back. Ecker has to backtrack a few metres, but there are numbers forward in support here for the Brisbane Raw. Out to Clough. Things just slow down a little bit. Margraf. Twisting and turning. Back out to Mariel Ecker. What can the Brazilian conjure up? Margraf. And the ball rolls out for a corner. So, well, they persisted there. And you made a great point about 2 minutes ago, Grace, about players becoming stationary ahead of the ball and not working as hard to present. And, that was another case of it, but I suppose the 2 players on the ball were the ones that kept the play moving on that occasion.
Yeah, certainly we spoke about the sort of fatigue and the tired legs that come into this point, sort of 60 minutes into the match, and especially given the heat here at Viking Park in Canberra this afternoon, I'm sure that will start to weigh in. There'll be some heavy legs, and we'll see some more substitutes made in the coming minutes, I suspect.
Everyone has taken the opportunity for a breather here. We still have the drinks break to come in this second half. So both teams will be looking forward to that chance to refresh. In the meantime, there's a corner. Swings out to the edge of the box. Margraf through traffic with the aid of a deflection. And it is the 2-goal buffer that the Raw so desired. And that could well be the points to go with it. Anna Margraf from the top of the box, a cruel deflection, but it's 3-1 to Brisbane.
Well, Brisbane Raw coming up big again. That's a really lovely strike from Anna Margraf. She's gotten her head over it in a position that can be really easy to sort of sky that kind of opportunity, but she's just floated out the back of the 18-yard box, and it may have taken a bit of a deflection there and a bit of an awkward bounce, but it had some vicious backspin on it, and Anna Margraf, she's just coming up again and again for the Brisbane Raw.
Well, it's her second goal in 19 A-League women's games. Fans appreciating the industry from Hayley Taylor-Young, but not able to manufacture a chance. So confirmation of the goal for Margraf, played for Kapalaba in the Queensland NPL during the winter. And maybe, I think, at the end of this round, Grace, the voters will vote on the Young Footballer of the Year. Holly McNamara's seemingly unassailable lead for the first nomination might have a challenger here in Anna Margraf if she's young enough. Ball into the box, and Connors to make it 4, puts it wide, a little toe poke, and well, the Canberra defence is becoming frayed here.
Yeah, look, there's certainly some gaps opening up in the Canberra United defence, and Shay Connors completely by herself on the far post there. That should have been a goal, and Shay Connors, she'll be incredibly disappointed with herself not to put that one away, but Canberra United's defence is just looking a little bit gappy there and asking a few questions.
Can the cooling break allow Canberra to find a new lease of life on the way back into the game? Ma to Heyman, Haffenden marking her. Long ball, Crummer. Can she get to this one first? She can! And it goes just wide to the left. And that would have been the 4th goal, the 3 points, and Brisbane home safe, but it goes agonisingly wide. Here's Caspers, already shown us what she can do once. This time it's good defending from Rankin to stop anything more from happening again. So Canberra have got another sub waiting in the wings. Michaela Vidmar is going to come on for her A-League women's debut, but not before this little venture down into the attacking third plays itself out. Header away from Haffenden once again. Gorry, good first touch to bring the ball down. The wind has really sparked up. The cool change is blowing through and then some. You can see the players' shirts and hair now starting to wave, such is the strength of it. Little tap of the ankles here means there's a free kick. And so this is a fantastic moment. The daughter of Socceroo Tony Vidmar, Michaela Vidmar, is going to make her A-League women's debut. Her brother Kane plays for Adelaide United's men's team, yet to make his A-League men's debut. So Sis has beaten Bro to the punch, and this is a fantastic moment for Michaela Vidmar. She's come over from Adelaide City, and she gets to make her A-League women's debut. Can she affect the game? As the wind picks up, it's favouring the end that Canberra are attacking. Could we see a drifter give Canberra some hope? Here's Grace Maher. It's going to catch the breeze. It's going to score! We have a game after all! That's the team lifter that Canberra needed, and it's Grace Maher who's done it.
Well, that is a Grace Maher special if ever I've seen one. She's such a technician on the ball, and in that position on the field, on her left foot, she had some good pace behind that strike, and Georgie Worth couldn't get a strong enough hand to that, and it sails into the back of the net for Canberra United.
That time it caught the wind in the way that Canberra weren't hoping for. Fourth official, Georgia Ghirardello's got the board in hand. He's about to show these fans how many minutes of stoppage to go. As Canberra try to steal an unlikely point out of this one. It's going to be 4 additional minutes. Time enough if Canberra are good enough. And Raw, who will feel as though they've been cursed. You mentioned, Grace, these teams have both conceded goals in the last 10 minutes and haven't been able to see situations out. Are the Demons going to reappear?
Well, certainly in their opening matches, both sides have conceded in the final 5-10 minutes in all of their matches. And really, if last season is anything to go by, then we are well and truly in Vicky Linton time.
So Caspers can't keep the ball down in attack here. Rankin's throw, that's off Ecker. Caspers goes again. Good clearance from Rankin. It's going to hold up on the breeze. Heron. And in comes Hughes. A lot of grabbing and grappling going on, and the ref saw it, so it's another free kick and a chance to drive it long. We've had one of the additional 4 minutes. It's taken us until stoppage time to see the first card of the day for time wasting here by Mariel Ecker. And so Grace Maher considerably further out than the free kick that scored, but again, this one could slide on, it could sit up. And Georgie Worth in the Brisbane Roar goal will be as nervous as anyone defending this set piece. Can Maher produce the magic again? Hits it high, into the pack of players! Oh, it goes just wide, and the crowd were up. They thought it was sliding in. And it's cleared away. Brisbane survives somehow.
Well, that one certainly looked like it was just floating in there and unconvincingly cleared by the Brisbane Roar, but a really quality ball in from Grace Maher. She's lofted that into a very dangerous part of the 6-yard box there.
And now the free kicks have been good, but just with the wind the way it is, she's going to have to get this corner spot on to get it right. The left boot of Grace Maher. Look at how pensive the Canberra coach Vicky Linton is as she watches this corner attack the near post. It falls in the box and it's back out towards Maher. Can she free the feet for a second time ball? Able to get around Clough, drives it in, and it's there! Caspers got the last touch! It's a Christmas miracle for Canberra! They have come from absolutely nowhere to score 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes and level this up 3-3. Ross Backen and Caspers were there on the line.
Well, Grace Maher, how about that touch around her defender? Caspers, a beautiful side foot, simple as anything, into the back of the net. Nothing Georgie Worth could have done about that one from that point in the field. And Caspers with an easy finish. What a game changer she's been.
It was who me? I've scored my first A-League women's goal. And Holly Caspers, who spoke to the media about how emotional it was to make her debut a couple of weeks ago, coming back from a long time out with an ACL injury. She is now Canberra's Christmas hero, grabbing a stoppage time equaliser. And Brisbane Roar have conceded twice after the 87th minute. And they must feel as though they are cursed this season.
Those late defensive lapses are just so costly at the moment for the Brisbane Roar, and they were unable to clear that one and get it out of danger. And a bit of skill, a lovely bit of skill from Grace Maher, and a really simple and tidy finish from Holly Caspers. And what a way to finish this match.
Well, Grace Maher has made a late run for player of the game as well. Her set pieces, the goal, the free kick that led to the corner, and then the corner itself. Roar would really be heartbreakers if they can find a way to score a fourth, but it's Canberra who believe now. Haffenden clears it out for a throw. Stoppage time is up. It really would be a big bonus if Canberra can score and steal a win here. They're going to get a chance, though. Do they have a long throw? Oh, and the referee brings an end to this game. It'll feel like a win for Canberra United, though. They have pulled a point out of the fire. And Brisbane Roar's horrendous run of late goals, of agonisingly throwing away points continues. Both the teams are off the mark, but they remain winless. This ended up becoming a bit of a classic. Canberra United 3, Brisbane Roar 3.